targets up as Ragnaros landing a 4-man Sulfurish Smash, Durance of Hate from Mephisto, and this combination executed perfectly at the end of the game.
From Alarak, make it a quad kill set up by that ETC.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi line.
Nubrag, core at 50%. Both cores are just absolutely melting. Which one's going to go down first? I think this is going to be Respect the Gooses. Oh my goodness.
Ring. Oh my goodness, the ring. Jaina just pulling up everybody here. That's a 4, make it 5
And it
for
does
nothing.
knock them all up. What a play! Oh my God! Somebody please clip that.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jay-Zon, and tonight we've got a Division D West match. We're back, Kai, in the Division D West once again. YavapaiCMYCCaST versus the 9 Avatara.
Yes, we are. Thank you for having me again. Looking forward to this one too. How are you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling pretty good. We've got both these teams set up in lobby. I am going to ask them to swap sides if they're okay with that, because my logos are a little bit screwy right now, and it's gonna be rough for me to resize all of this stuff. So they're gonna, looks like they're being good sports about it. They're gonna go ahead and swap for us real quick, and then we'll be in for this soon. But we've got a couple of teams here in Div D West that have had a bit of a rough start to the season. Currently, the 9 Avatara still looking for their first win on the season. YavapaiCMYCCaST currently 2-6 on the map count. But for both teams, this is their 4th match of the season, and looking to maybe try to turn things around a little bit here.
Yep, definitely, for sure. Let's see.
All right, well, I'm going to let them know that we are ready to go. Battlefield of Eternity is going to be our first map here tonight. And looks like this was the pick of the 9, let's see. Or no, yes, no, of YavapaiCMYCCaST for sure, yeah. I do want to make sure they changed the draft.
Oh, they asked casters ready?
Just to make sure. Don't want to make it go well, and I guess I hope so.
Yep.
Here we go in for the draft here for game number 1. I can't find where I put my notes for the coin toss, but that's all right. These teams know what they're doing. The 9 Avatara first pick. So yes, this was YavapaiCMYCCaST's map pick. First pick, first ban going over to the 9 Avatara.
So we have 9 Avatara on the right, and YavapaiCMYCCaST on the left.
That is correct.
Battle of Eternity. So let's take a look and see.
Yeah, so Zach and Cap, team captain here. Oh, yeah, nope. I think I might have been onto something there, Kai.
Oh yeah. I think what happened is 9 Avatara may have picked the map, and YavapaiCMYCCaST was having first pick, but it was swapped. Yeah, I think it was swapped.
Yep. We forgot to change over the first pick draft.
Yep.
Oops. Alright, well that's a pretty quick remake. Apologize for the delays, ladies and gentlemen. Me and my logo issues throwing everybody off here.
I think the logos look perfectly fine.
Well, yeah, now, but boy, watch me swap them back and forth and they go haywire. Telling you. But, either way, still worth having the teams on the proper home team side just for continuity's sake from the website.
Alright, I think the lobby is ready to go.
Yeah, I think we're going to do it for real this time. All right, so Battlefield of Eternity, of course, this map a bit special in terms of the priorities of wanting to draft good PvE burn for these immortals. Team fighting, of course, a premium here as well, as teams constantly fighting over those objectives here in the mid.
Yep, that's true. I would like to at least see them go at it. A nice bit of ARAM. They're fighting for the objectives. But let's see what these two teams draft out. Do they draft for race or do they draft for team?
Yeah, overall a pretty low macro-oriented map. There are only 4 camps here. And while the Shaman can do a decent amount of damage in lane, they don't get a ton of value, no bosses here, so it pretty much is all about that team fight and that prioritization of that immortal race, really.
Yep, that's very true. The first ban coming out on YavapaiC's side with Johanna, so they're getting rid of that tank, a lot of CC, a lot of control there. Let's see how they respond back.
Yeah, the blinds can be really good counters to a lot of the heroes that people like to play here, the AA heroes that shred the immortals. So Johanna just taken off the board here by Yavapai early.
Yep, overall very strong ban.
Speaking of good burn heroes, there goes the Grey Mane right out the door here by the 9 Avatara.
Yep. Looking at some of their previous bans for Yavapai, they do tend to ban out Johanna quite a bit. They got the Johanna, the ETC, the Tirana, and the Blaze, so they don't particularly like playing against those heroes.
Yeah, no big shocker there. Those are... speaking of no shocker, there's the Vala banned out, another pretty constant race hero, and with her Q build, she can really shred those immortals, even in a burst kind of scenario.
Yep.
I mean, personally, I kind of like that Q build as well, just for team fighting. Kind of takes away her sustained damage a bit, but the burst on one target can be really good.
Very true.
Last band coming out here gonna be Diva, who's seen quite a resurgence.
Yep.
As of late with that rework.
Yep, definitely. Diva can be a pain. Oh, and the quick snap pick on the Rainer.
Yeah, that level 1 talent, the Exterminator, gonna contribute a lot to the race potential here.
Definitely.
Much like the Artanis with Amateur Opponent, gets that value nice and early, but Kalthos and Stukov picked on the other side, so KT not well known as a burn hero necessarily, pun intended, but so it suggests the 9 Avatara might be looking for more of a team fight oriented strategy where they may look to defend and later take a race comp, but it's all race for Yavapai. They're putting all their chips in on getting the PvE damage there with those 2 picks.
Oh yeah, the Artanis, really, really good. Depends on what ultimate Artanis goes. If he goes with the blinding, I don't know what it's called, but that plays a significant role. Even if 9 Avatara is looking for that team fight, he can blind out quite a bit of those heroes out there.
Yeah, definitely takes away from the race potential when we see that ult come out. The beam can be good in certain situations. It can help to counter the Stukov, who tends to self-root to get that lurking arm, so can prevent him from putting down the silence. But we'll have to see what they decide to prioritize. You can kind of go with either, because for Jungle Jim there, his race is in his base kit. It doesn't have anything to do with his ults.
Yeah, just good positioning, and you're good to go. At least that's what they should be looking for, based on the trajectory of their picks. Oh, and the Cassia. I haven't seen a lot of Cassia in this league so far in Div D West.
Yeah, she's kind of fallen off a little bit in the current meta after her nerfs. Still pretty strong though, and can be a good counter with those blinds that she brings to the table against Rainer and Artanis. But Li Ming gonna come out, kind of rounding out the circle of damage here for Yavapai. The question is, who do they want for tank? And it's going to be May. Even more blinds here.
Even more blinds. Really good at even zoning the other team off with her Blizzard. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they play this out in terms of all race, push, push, push. Are we looking at a 15-minute GG, or is this match going to be drawn out?
Yeah, I mean, it puts the burden of execution definitely on the 9 Avatara here. They have to be able to successfully defend and allow one of their heroes, probably Thrall, to go back and potentially try to burn the Immortal a little bit while they defend 4v5 under their own Immortal. And Thrall kind of doing that dance between going into the team fight and then going back to burn and back and forth. KT can throw a little bit of damage on top of that, but ultimately you really want that 4-man on top of it. And I kind of like the May pickup here for Yavapai almost as a counter potential there, because I think that's the May would be a better pick for the 9 Avatara than the Blaze to give those blinds to enable Cassie as well.
Yeah, but I do see that they might have forced them to go into that Blaze main tank role there, because they kind of choked them out with the ETC and then the Diablo ban there with the Johanna. So kind of a tank choke. So I think that was like forced.
Yeah, complete tank choke there. You're right.
Yeah. But let's take a look and see how they do play it out. I am rather interested in seeing the discipline that these two have on the objective phase.
I'm also going to have my eye here on Ara Luna on the Tyrande. We've seen her kind of emerging a little bit from a long stay in the penalty box from the current meta, and kind of making her way back on out right now.
Yeah. The Tyrande depends. I wonder if you'll see an owl build. What's that? Is that the W build on it?
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get in for this game number 1 here. Battlefield of Eternity. On the left, you've got Yavapai and the rest of their name. We've got Blue Space Hat gonna be playing on that Raynor. Andrade gonna be on the May. Ara Luna on the Tyrande. Shanks B9 gonna be on the Li Ming. And Jungle Jim gonna be playing the Artanis.
Nice. And on the right-hand side in the red, we have the 9 Avataras here. We have Peanut playing the Kel'Thas. We have Zack and Cap with the Blaze. We have Salty on the Stukov. We have Universe on the Cassia. And in the solo lane, we have Maharaba as Thrall.
Well, these teams are going to respect the standard 4-1 rotation here. No Genki hijinks early. No Sylvanas, so no temp for either team to maybe cheese a little more than usual. But we do see Zack charging in, getting the early stun. No real follow-up, though, as these teams just start to poke, grab the soak early. Up top, the solo laners kind of exchanging blows here. Nice root there. But ultimately, both of these solo laners have some pretty good sustain. Going to be hard for one to get the edge over the other without some positioning issues coming into play.
Yep, definitely. So just going over some of the abilities over here on the side of the 9 Avataras, we have Blaze with new habits, which kind of helps with that little tankiness. Once that quest is completed, then we have Mana Addict that KT is going with. Low Blow on the Stukov, Rolling Thunder on the Thrall, and Cassia with the Charge Strikes.
Bit of a stun chain coming down onto Andrade, but May's got that. They got that trait to keep themselves nice and healthy. But look at the sneakiness down bot. Meanwhile, up top, Thrall gets the kill, but down bot, a little bit of a sneaky grab here as Yavapai grabbing the camp.
Yeah, I really like that move that they did. They had May kind of be a little bit aggressive and aggro all of them into that, while the two Li Ming and Raynor sneaked down to up bottom and cleared that camp out.
It's going to be a little bit of an XP advantage here. You see those XP globes going to expire just before Artanis gets back up here to grab those. So that's going to be a little bit of an XP lead for the 9 Avatara early off that pick.
Yep.
And the camp grab doesn't hurt either.
Nope, so the rotation's coming now. Do you think that this rotation on these camps are a little early? Like 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Normally, you think we see this around 250, 255, closer to the time of when the objectives spawn in, giving them that benefit of pushing out the lanes.
Oh, look at the owl interrupting the back for Zach and Cap here. Cheeky play there from Ara Luna, but yeah, both teams gonna cap this, so it has enough time to get into the lane. I kind of like this timing. You can make it, you can save it a little later, but then you're a little late on the rotation to either clear or to. Meanwhile up top, look at this, Jungle Jim in trouble once again, but now the rotation coming out from the rest of the members of YavapaiCMYCCaST4. They'll get the kill on Thrall. That's going to even out the kill count. Yep, and then you said it. The camp is there as well.
Yep. No, that was a really good rotation on their part, looking that Artanis was in trouble, and they rotated to help him out.
Yeah, good teamwork
there. Starts the burn. And we are at halftime.
At the halftime show in the mid here. That's,
All right, let's see.
Customary for these guys to go out to the burn formation here. Meanwhile, charge, 2-man stun. The follow-up silence going to be interrupted on the backside by Andrade, boofing Salty out of that lurking arm. Meanwhile, we will see the stun on the backside catching 2 as the members of YavapaiCMYCCaST trying to push in a little further, but now they're going to be backing up, allowing the 9 Avatara to finish off, or no, sorry, for YavapaiCMYCCaST to finish off this this Immortal.
Yeah, that was really good. Raynor just stood at his ground. Blaze kept auto-attacking him, but he didn't care. He just focused on the Immortal, burnt it down real fast, and they were good to go.
Yeah, the frontliners doing just enough to push the members of the 9 Avatara back here so YavapaiCMYCCaST can secure this first Immortal. And with that camp pushing up in the top, we see that the damage up there being the more significant, and so the Immortal going to come down to this bot lane first. Kind of an opposite rotation that you normally see here.
Yeah, generally the Immortal does go to the top, but
they got more damage early. Look at the stun chain coming out. Zach's got to charge his way on out of there or risk being taken out here. Ultimately a pretty good defense though. You get that front wall down for the side of YavapaiCMYCCaST, but not much else. The 9 Avatara clear out that first Immortal. Both teams now level 7. Pretty dead even. And Jungle Jim in trouble once again. This has been kind of a dominant effort here in the solo lane early by Mahabara.
Mahabara, yep.
Yeah.
Mahabara.
It's Mahabara, I'm guessing.
Mahabara. we'll ask him later on how to pronounce it. But yeah, little good move up onto the bottom camp as well, pushing them out from there. YavapaiCMYCCaST were thinking about getting in there, but then they just give it up.
That's a good point, Kai. There's a good chance at this point that we could end up asking him. Based on how he's playing so far, he's definitely the MVP for the 9 Avatara, so...
Definitely, yep. Certainly holding his own on the top.
Yeah, get the job done up there. We will see Artanis filing back into lane here. Maybe, with that poke from the Q, though, from Thrall, it suggests that he'd have the superior laning phase, so maybe just a little bit more passive play up there from the Artanis might kind of even that out a little bit.
Yep.
So now we see the second Immortal phase spawning here. Both of these camps going to be just coming off of cooldown right around the spawn time, so we'll have to see if either team wants to go for that rather than going instantly for the burn.
Yeah, we do see YavapaiCMYCCaST setting up for the Immortal. Let's see. Okay, 9 Avatara are going to put up a defense this time to begin with.
Yeah, they're going to come across here a little bit late to the party here. Is already a good chunk of damage dealt by YavapaiCMYCCaST onto the Immortal, but now they're trying to back up. They don't really want to fight 4v5 under the opposing Immortal, but somehow they get Jungle Jim out of there, does YavapaiCMYCCaST, and now they can just back up and reset here, Kai.
Yep, very sad. They had a couple of them use their trinkets, which was really good in that engagement there. Jungle Gym again getting really low, Blaze getting really low as well, and they pick off Blaze to Trande. Was that the Albert?
But the bomb. Yeah, I mean it's definitely the kill for the Tyrande here. Our Luna getting the final blow at the very least, but that's a 1-for-1 exchange. Both of these teams heading in towards level 10. Bit of an advantage for the 9 Avatara, but they're going to come up once again and look to defend. But meanwhile, YavapaiCMYCCaST getting the chunks out right now as they are burning this thing.
Oh, the Stukov on the Mei. Nice.
Nice lunar
Cassie getting
flare
low.
there.
Yep.
Universe getting a little bit low. Gonna have to back up. Peanut Butter looking for something, but not finding it at the moment. Meanwhile, combo from the Li Ming coming up from the top there. Andrande gonna have to back out. Big zoning there to get them out of that, and looks like Jungle Gym gonna be able to get in along with Blue Space Hat to finish this off. And right now, the 9 Avatara really struggling. Thrall gonna go down here as well, throwing out the Sundering, but it's not gonna be enough. But
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there. Yeah, he was completely out of position there. He just got caught. I think he was trying to like separate the teams.
I think he was trying to be the playmaker, man. He was coming up there with the flanking Sundering, and I just think his team was not ready for it. But
Yep.
either way, that's YavapaiCMYCCaST with the second Immortal here. This one going to be up in the top with nearly a full shield to start. And now we see the ult starting to come down here with Hyperion to aid here in this siege attempt.
Yep. 10s are online as well for both teams now. On the side of 9 Avatara, we do have the bunker. Stukov pushing the Mei way away.
See that suppression pulse coming out nice and
Yep.
early for the Artanis. See, that's what it takes, Kai. I have to see the ult in order to remember what the name is.
Yeah,
But,
that's true. I would just call it like massive push. Is that what it's called?
Oh no, massive shove for the Artanis' ult is
Yeah, Artanis is,
yeah, suppression pulse gonna
suppression.
blind all of those members, allowing them to siege in a little bit more. Up top to get the fort, they're gonna come down to bot and get the fort. Big pick on the Thrall as well. It's the caster curse. As soon as somebody starts shouting you out for doing well, things start turning around in the other direction for you.
Yeah, kaboom. I completely missed that Thrall this time again. I wonder if he was trying to make a play again this time and kind of got caught out.
I think he was just defending the bot lane in a brilliant rotation there from YavapaiCMYCCaST.
Yeah, very smooth on the rotation. So just going over again with these ults coming out for the 9 Avatara, we have Bunker, we have Phoenix, we have Massive Shove, we have Sundering, and we have Ball Lightning. And for YavapaiCMYCCaST side, we have the Avalanche, the Hyperion, the Suppression Pulse, Disintegrate for the Li Ming, and the Shadow Stalk for the Tyrande.
Gonna allow YavapaiCMYCCaST with that Shadow Stalk to be able to maybe make some interesting rotations here. Get that invisibility to maybe try and find some ganks or some roundabout ways to get engages on the 9 Avatara. I'll have to see if that comes into play here a little later.
Yeah, try to stop Maharba. I'm just gonna call him like Ma, like just the first 3 letters, Ma.
All right.
Or Thrall. Thrall's better.
I think Mahabara is probably the
pronounce
right route, but again, we'll have to figure that out after the
Because
fact.
there's like an R in his name, so it's like Mahar. So Maharba. Maharba. Yeah, I don't know. Let's stick to Thrall. Alright, once again, they do decide to defend 9 Avatara. Ooh, that
big
was a good
stun
back.
into the charge, into another stun from the Immortal. And ooh, baby, it's a triple kill here for the 9 Avatara, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered here, Kai.
It's a triple! Yeah, that's definitely what the doctor ordered, because now Mei in there to poke it out, push them back a little bit, but I see them easily winning this halftime show. Oh, and the Avalanche comes out too to just buy some time, but with the kill counters being so low, YavapaiCMYCCaST should be able to come back in this real quick, because they do have the superior burn, and I think that is exactly what they're trying to do.
Jungle Gym gonna charge in, taking a little bit of poke on the other side, but now it's just a full swap. So now we'll see YavapaiCMYCCaST rotating down to try and defend. This is not really their bailiwick. with this comp, however. They don't really have a lot of great zoning, but a big stun coming in. It's going to hit 4. Then they're going to get booped back here by the Immortal. Hyperion coming in to try and zone him back. And right now, the 9 Avatara are on the run. Can they get the reset? Salty has 2 HP on the way out, but Blaze goes down. And now it's going to be YavapaiCMYCCaST looking to turn around and try and get this Immortal.
They were so close. They were so close. They almost had it. Oh, they're coming back in. They're coming back in.
Yeah, full commitment. But again, the big stun chains coming out into the Immortal stuns again. What is happening here, Kai? And YavapaiCMYCCaST, they zone out the 4 members of the 9 Avatara just long enough to get the Immortal for the 3rd time here.
Oh, that was heartbreaking. That was really good. They lost their tank. They're like, nah, it doesn't matter. We're gonna go in and we're gonna get this Immortal for ourselves. And they tried it, but then those stuns from the Immortal, the stun from Tyrande, it just had them caught in a bad spot. Unfortunate.
Somebody clip that. That is an MVP tank play, which is not something you see too often, but stalling him just long enough, and that is going to most assuredly get this keep at the very least. But it looks like right now, YavapaiCMYCCaST might be playing for more suppression pulls, hitting every member of the backside there behind that keep. The Immortal going to finish off the keep, but it looks like the 9 Avatara going to try and fight beyond it, but big combo coming out from the Li Ming. That's going to be a big kill. Now the resets looking for it. See if they can find the damage. Blaze has to charge back. Shields are down here on the core though, Kai.
Yeah, they're getting caught in those Immortal stuns, but I think this is it.
Yeah, they get a couple of resets. That's going to turn into even more kills. Make it 4 here, as now it is just 1 left, and that's not going to be enough to defend here. And YavapaiCMYCCaST going to take game number 1 here on Battlefield of Eternity.
GG, well played by both teams. Well played. Do you think the decision they made to go back in there and fight it out was like a do or die situation for them, or could they have stayed back, held a stronger defense, and kind of built back up from it?
That's a good question. What ifs are kind of tough in Heroes of the Storm, because at that point you're just kind of speculating on what decisions might have gone better. I think that it was more the execution. I think they had the right call. If they could see the numbers falling off the Immortal to indicate there are at least 2 or 3 there, they know they can go into a 4. They can take their 4 in to burn the Immortal and should be able to knock it down in time. It's just, I mean, Andrade made a massively good play there. Jungle Gem on the assist, but really, it was just that big, slow into the stun from Andrade, and then the Immortal just happening to put down the circle in the right spot to stun more of them and just get those kills.
Yeah.
They didn't even kill all of them, Kai. They just slowed them down enough to let their other 3 on the other side get the Immortal, and it was a beautiful thing to watch.
It was awesome.
But I did mention it earlier. Higher burden of execution for the 9 Avatara. They had a rough early game, but once they got their ults, started clicking on all cylinders in the mid game there, it looked like they might be able to pull that phase off. But ultimately, it's really hard to take those defenses and be able to hold out against a good burn squad on this map.
Yep, very true. And just looking at like some of the stats over here, we see on the side of 9 Avatara, the Thrall. He was the highest damage and siege damage on their team going in. And then we have like Jimmy, the Rainer, on YavapaiCMYCCaST's side with the 30k, and Thrall with the 42k. Staggered deaths along at 3 for Blaze, 2 for Kel'Thas, 2 for Stukov, 3 for Thrall, 2 for Cassia. So not just like, I think they played well, and a little bit of the same thing as I mentioned before was the positioning. They seem to group up quite a bit, but we'll see if they rectify that going into this next map.
It looks like we are going to another 2-lane map here as I'm going to be heading off to Hanamura Temple here for game number 2. This is not a map you see picked very often. It's one of the highest banned maps in NGS, or at least in our division. Just a lot of people don't like to play here, and I'm not sure why. This is one of my favorite maps. Just don't tell anybody. Don't tell Shu I like this map.
Oh man, this map. A lot of debate about how strong the objective is and how strong the samurai is and how you play it along with camps versus objectives. A lot of Storm Leaguers think that objective is what wins you the games. A lot of competitive players think that it's the samurai and the camp control that helps you win these games. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about camp clear here, really. You know, it reminds me a little bit of Volskaya Foundry because of the items.
Yes,
where it's definitely macro heavy in terms of having to have your camp timings really on point. The samurai camp is just so powerful in terms of how well it can push. You have to get it when it's available, and when the enemy team gets it, you have to clear it. Otherwise, it gets more value than you could ever expect to get from an objective. So you basically just ignore the objective and focus on the samurai camps 100% of the time. The turret camps can be helpful, of course, but I remember back in the day when there was a heal camp here, it was even worse. So it's gotten a little better since they changed it a while back and reintroduced it. But yeah, I mean, I think the objective could use a bit of a boost, and the samurai camp could use a bit of a nerf to balance it myself. But you just got to play it how it is for now.
Yeah, I guess so. I enjoy this map too, low key. We'll just keep that secret till I die in graves. We'll just take it to the graves.
Yeah, it's not like we're broadcasting this out on a live Twitch stream or anything.
That's fine. They're all on our side anyway. It's okay.
All right, I have to do my nightly actually saying Yavapai's name here, which is Yavapai County Municipal Youth Chess and Swim Team episode, or Chess Club and Swim Team episode 4, A New Pool.
Is right. They have an awesome name. It's like really long. It's an awesome name. It really makes the caster work, like work for it.
Right. Gotta work for that fight,
Yep.
All right, so game number 2, Yavapai looking to try and close this out. Not only their first win of the season, but their first domination here if they're able to get this first match win, I should say. They have taken 2 maps on the season, but meanwhile the 9 Avatara selecting first pick once again. I believe they won the toss and elected to do this in the first in the opening. So now once again selecting first pick, and Yavapai coming out with a bit of a cheesy map pick here.
Yeah. Hanamura. Oh, the Li Ming. They want none of those orb resets here.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah, Shank doing a nice job of getting the resets rolling in the last game, and they say, no thanks to that a second time around.
No, thank you, sir.
ETC going to be taken off the board. No shocker there.
ETC's so strong.
He is the tank right now. And I think, him and May were kind of sharing a pedestal up there for a little while, but then she got nerfed a bit. And look, yeah, the respect band's coming out here early from the 9 Avatara. That Tyrande can be a difficult thing to deal with when you're not used to it. And the Sun Chain that Yavapai had last game was scary.
It was. And the Immortal being on their side too didn't make it any easier for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were all in cahoots with each other.
Yeah, well, and that's kind of the idea of taking a defensive comp, is you don't ever have to take fights under your opponent's Immortal, so you don't have to worry about those stun circles. And pretty much any time the 9 Avatara stepped into it, they were eating those stuns. because of all the CC that Yavapai had. So
Very true.
yeah, but
Once
Mephisto.
again, yeah. I haven't seen Mephisto quite a bit. Is this his first, his debut here?
I think it might be the first Mephisto game we're seeing on my stream so far this season, but he's not necessarily uncommon. He's pretty strong in the meta right now. Just not a whole lot of people play him, I feel like. But on the other side, I didn't notice, but Diva made it through.
Yeah, Diva. I was just gonna say they went with that tank choke again on Yavapai's side, forcing them into leaving the Diva open, and they snagged it right off the bat, and giving them May again.
Garrosh, Falstad. So looking a little bit more for the pick style comp here for the 9 Avatara. This is a pretty classic combo. You have Garrosh be able to run in and throw somebody back, and then Falstad able to gust the rest of the team away so you can get that pick on that one player to start with.
Do they have enough burst damage?
Mephisto and Falstad definitely do. But they could use some CC follow-up. Something like a Malfurion, something in the solo lane that can help you zone, maybe like a Blaze, or maybe an Imperious.
Yeah, something to lock that target down. Oh, they get rid of the Greymane.
That's the ban that came out in the first game as well for the 9 Avatara, but in the early rotation on Battlefield, not as big a priority here, but clearly they don't want to see, my guess would be Blue Space Hat on that.
Yeah, Blue Space Hat, yeah. Yeah, it's one of his most played, so in the last 3 games he has played, the Greymane has the highest win rate with it as well, so that definitely is a targeted ban there.
I'm starting to see the Wombo combo building here. May into, maybe May Avalanche into Anduin with the Light Bomb into Tassadar Black Hole, Diva Bomb. I mean, it's great on paper. We'll see if Yavapai can execute it, but based on how they were chaining their stuns last game, I think it's possible.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's see. Ooh, the Tychus. So they did take the Brightwing. The Brightwing should help with that polymorph for the targeted that's been tossed in. So, they do have enough to burst them down.
Yeah.
But once again, it comes down to the same thing. Yeah, execution.
Right, and I think part of the reason that the 9 Avatara maybe takes Brightwing here is because that Emerald Wind can help you kind of counter any kind of big Wombo combo style comp. And of course, ZeraTool there for Blue Space Hat, the VP is one of the best initiators for those Wombo combos. So we'll see if maybe between Gust and, well, I should say potentially Gust and Emerald Wind, if maybe they can break that combo up a little bit, keep these fights going.
Yeah, with that VP into the Avalanche. Yeah, this is like a nasty setup.
Light Bomb, Black Hole.
Yeah. I'm getting like jitters just thinking about it. Like,
yeah, I'm getting pre-PTSD.
If they execute it, though, it will be a thing of beauty. So somebody in the chat should be ready to like clip that.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we gotta be on clip alert. We got highlight alert coming up here potentially for Yavapai.
All right, game 2.
I'm
hoping for a game 3. I'm hoping for a game 3.
Well, we always are hoping for a game 3. But
hoping for a game 3.
Always also hoping for more followers. So Killa Vanilla, thank you very much for following.
Hell yeah.
Let's get on in for game number 2 here. Hanamura Temple. I didn't think I'd say that tonight, but here we are. Jungle Gym going to be playing yet another Protoss, but this time moving over to Tassadar. Blue Space Hat going to be playing the ZeraTool. Ara Luna going to be on the Anduin. Andronde back again on the May. And up top, we've got Shankbi 9 going to be on the Diva. There we go.
Diva. Nice. And on the red side, aside of the 9 Avataras, we have Peanut on Who is this?
Vegas.
Wow, Tygus. I can't even see that thing. Salty on the right wing. We got Zach on the Garrosh, and we have Universe on the Mephisto, with once again leaving the man from the last game, Maharbam, on the Falstad.
There you go. Self cleanse coming out nice and early for Zach there. It's peanut butter getting kind of low.
That's an interesting spot to start at.
Yeah. Not only that the 9 Avatara would go down there to try and maybe defend some kind of cheeky attempt to grab the well down bot, but Yavapai would maybe cut them off there, or vice versa. Either way,
Yeah.
somebody was going down there for a cheeky flank play, and totally cut off in that attempt. Meanwhile, up top, the solo lane matchup that I'm sure everybody thought we would see tonight: Falstad versus Diva.
Falstad and Diva, yep. Falstad once again holding his own against the Diva. Diva being pushed back a little bit.
Both teams playing pretty passive here early. This is definitely a tough combo to play into for Yavapai here on the first 10 levels. You don't want to get too hyphy against a Garrosh under any circumstance, but especially when you're running a big wombo combo style comp like this, it can be difficult to interact with the enemy team before level 10 when you've got all your ultimates to pull off that wombo.
And we see Yavapai doing exactly what we said. They went up for their Genji as soon as it came up at that 130 mark, I believe it was.
Yeah, the Genji taken very quickly here. Right away, Yavapai demonstrating a good understanding of how to play this map and getting that out as early as possible. But have a lot of burn potential here for the 9 Avatara to take care of it, and they're already going in on it. But Andrade, maybe try to look for something here as they push in with it. Watch out.
Top lane, yeah, Zeratul making a move.
You see the mech going down, but that's fine. I mean, Diva's got more damage in pilot form anyway, so
Yeah.
it'll be a good first blood there. Nice rotation and pick. Yavapai getting started early here.
Yeah. That was a really good trinket use from Falstad, but maybe just a little bit too fast there.
Yeah, too deep without knowing where Zeratul is on the map. That's something that's got to be a communication thing between the Falstad and the 4-man down in bot, not seeing Zeratul. Got to call him missing and help out your solo laner there a bit.
Yep, for sure. So this is a nice play. They got their Genji. Genji was pushing bottom. 9 Avatars clear it. Got their own Genji pushing it top, and now Yavapai pushing in the objective. But they are ignoring their Genji, and that Genji's doing certainly a lot of work on that front wall there.
A big Q coming out there from the Tychus as we see big damage on the other side, but he ends up being the first to fall there, as maybe in a little bit too deep trying to get that Q damage, and the response comes out big from Yavapai as they pull out the 2-0. I saw the health bars going down for Yavapai, and it almost looked like they were in trouble, but boy, did they turn that around quick.
Yeah. 9 Avatars had to drop that tear down to get rid of that. They got caught in this position here top. I don't know if they were like forced into that, or for some reason they were here in that top corner where their turret was, which I sort of missed because I was paying attention more to the Genji. The Genji did do a lot on the top lane, but it was at the cost of 2 heroes.
Yeah, a bit of a structure lead now for the 9 Avatara, at least in that top. But meanwhile, down bot, that's objective gets a decent amount of damage onto the bottom fort. So not too much to worry about structure-wise. But Yavapai now up a full level over the 9 Avatara here.
Yeah.
Alleviated a little bit by that camp pickup.
Yeah.
This the Genji here pushing into bot lane. Right now the 9 Avatara trying to stall its advance onto the fort. But there it is. It'll finally get targeted as they look to fight beyond it. And they get a ton of damage onto the fall status. He tries to fly down to make this a 4v5, but look out! Big damage coming in on the other side. That's going to be a 2-person kill. But Kai, that was in a 4v5 situation. Right now, YavapaiCMYCCaST4 making some big plays here.
Excuse me. Definitely. I think there was a bit of a communication gap there when Falstaff flew in. He was in between all 4 of them, whereas the rest of his team was nowhere in position to follow up and to help him out. And now YavapaiCMYCCaST making a move on 9 Avatara's Genji.
Yeah, D.Va here doing this for quite a while. Now we'll see that mech form come down, and now getting chunked by that last swipe there, but it's too little too late for 9 Avatara. They're not able to push them off of that point. Now we're just going to have to be forced to clear it.
Yeah. YavapaiCMYCCaST edging so much closer to their 10s, taking a significant lead over the 9 Avataras here.
Meanwhile, my internal clock is ticking, telling us that ping for the objective should be coming out any time now here, Kai. And I mean, I'm not sure that the 9 Avatara are going to have time to soak level 10 before this payload comes out.
Ooh. And the Falstaff getting caught on top, just pushing out a little forward, trying to get those XP globes, I believe, and was jumped on.
Yeah, another big pick, level 10s now in. And the 4-man kind of stepping out into lane here. The 9 Avatara got to be very careful with the level 10s online. And this is not Void Prism either. This is going to be Might of the Nerazine here.
Yeah. Interesting.
For Blue Space Hat to go along with the Avalanche, the Holy Word Salvation. That is going to be Archon along with Micro Missiles, this new ultimate from the D.Va rework.
Alright, so they didn't take anything. Nothing that we thought they would.
Well, no, they took Avalanche.
Except for Avalanche. Yeah. Zeratul like, not me. You gotta work for those Avalanches. I'm not gonna make life easy for you.
Oh. Meanwhile, that D.Va bomb gonna be enough to zone them off, and that's gonna be a second payload turn-in coming from YavapaiCMYCCaST. No shocker there, though, with the level 10s. And I guess with all of those non AoE oriented ults, I guess there's no reason to see Emerald Wind coming out and Hinterland's Blast even coming out now. In addition to that, Blink Heal, Draken Laser Drill, Warlord's Challenge, and that is going to be Durance of Hate as well for the 9 Avatara.
Yeah. So this is, I don't know about Hinterland Blast though. Because that Gust could help them out quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, multiple members of YavapaiCMYCCaST are very mobile in terms of how they move around here. The Gust can be a good disengage tool and can be good boss pressure as well for these
to push them off it.
Constant fights over these Sentinel camps. And we are going to see a big chunk onto Universe from that Genji. Garrosh getting very low. It's one last Warlord's Challenge for a second there, but the Salvation going to come out to make sure they stay nice and healthy here. The Draken Laser Drill gets taken out, and it's going to be another one of these Sentinel camps going over to YavapaiCMYCCaST. They have been stealing these left and right all game long.
Yeah, it feels like the momentum is completely on the side of YavapaiCMYCCaST here. They've played it very, very well. Ooh, the Zeratul.
Yeah, Blue Space Hat maybe getting a little bit overconfident there. It's taken out by that Falstad damage. Mephisto going to fall in response, though. 1-for-1 here as they're trying to clean out this camp, but it's just not going to be enough as May falling on the other side, but the keep just barely goes down to the last couple of minions.
Yep, and they're chasing. They're chasing. Oh no, they back off.
Meanwhile, down here, D.Va just getting tons of value, pushing in that bottom keep. And right now, this has become the main advantage for YavapaiCMYCCaST has become the structures, but they're also up 2 full levels now, along with that 13 talent tier.
Yeah. So, coach mentality. What do you do in this situation as 9 Avatar?
Well, this is what's tough about this map in particular. Much like Volskaya, once you've got this big of a lead, especially being able to get talent tiers above your opponent, it's kind of hard to maintain your map presence. You can't really step out to contest the camps very much. You can't really step out to try to fight on the payload. So there's not a whole lot to do except try to soak the lanes as safely as possible as they come into you. And once you get on the same talent tier, then you have to force a fight. You have to find a way to force. And so right now we see Tychus down bot lane. He's going to go down and get a little bit of soak. But now that they are level 13, they have this tiny window before Yavapai gets 16. They need to be here fighting, but they're just not going to be here in time to do that.
No, I think they're deciding to soak as much. Tychus getting caught out once again. That's rough.
Yeah, right now it's just a macro domination from Yavapai in this game. That is where they are winning on and firing on all cylinders. The team fights have been good, but the macro pressure has been great.
Yeah.
No, they're going to be coming in trying to pressure core. The shield's already down. The core down to 60% as they get the double kill. Tychus coming, or the single kill. Tychus now coming back to life. Going to be able to zone the Garrosh with the Avalanche, and that is going to be it. Game 2 and the series going over to Yavapai.
GG's. I like how Yavapai played that. Very well, very, very smooth, very disciplined. Their timings on the camps were perfect. Their rotations were perfect. They put 9 Avatara in a tough spot.
Yeah, often in the spot that the Samurai happen to be swinging on that map, unfortunately.
Yeah, very true.
So if you look at the stat sheet, Kai, who's your MVP for that game?
I would say overall, I want to give it to Zeratul. I would give it to Zeratul. Because that presence that he had in those team fights too, on the rotations that he was making, I think he played it really well. Although actually, I would give the MVP to the whole team. They played it very well together. There's no I in team, and don't tell me there's a me.
Only if you jumble it around. But yeah, I would tend to agree with you. You know, I think that the entire team played that well. That was more of a team effort than a single effort from really any one player.
Yeah, definitely. I liked it.
All right, well, let me reach out to team captain Andrade and see if maybe we can get an interview with our winners here.
Bring them on.
All right, well, let's hop on down to one of these casting lobbies then.
Oh, I'd have to get invited.
Yeah, you just hit one of the regular lobbies and I'll pull you down here.
There we go.
And we are joined by team captain for Yavapai on Andrade. Did I get that right? Andrade?
Andrade, yeah.
Andrade, there we go. Well, you guys are on the board. A domination here in week number 4. How's it feel to pick up that 2-0 over the 9 Avatara?
It was it felt pretty good. Last week we had a BOE game that we probably could have won and won the series, but we made some small mistakes, so it was cool to be able to come back and fix those errors on it. Also, it was fun to get to play May in some games because she's been banned, and I love her so much.
Yeah, Consta banned because of how powerful that Avalanche is, and you had some really solid ones throughout this series.
It was all right, you know. It's I just like how disruptive she is. She can control like 2 or 3 areas at a time and then still like survive.
Yeah, I mean, if you would take a suggestion for the play of the game, when the 4 members of the 9 Avatara were coming to try to finish off the Immortal down bot, and you just hit like a 4-man stun into the Immortal stun and allowed your team to finish off the Immortal on the other side of the map, like it was incredible what we were seeing in that game 1 from just from your play, along with the rest of your team, of course, but just that frontline ability was crazy.
Yeah, she's great.
All right, well then we go on into game 2, and Hanamura, your guys' map pick, correct?
Yep.
And,
Again, another one that's always banned, so we never get to play it. It's just fun.
Yeah, great macro presence, and just in general, it seemed like your team was very, very much on the same page throughout that entire game number 2.
Yeah, we moved up from Div E last season, and so we took we had to get some adjustment going. We've had sort of like scheduling annoyances where we haven't been able to play as 5 for the last couple of weeks for a while, but yeah, we're definitely starting to get used to Div D and figure out what meme stuff we can do and start to gel and get on the same page again. But Hanamura is just fun for us because like we like maps where it's just insanity going on all at once. I feel like chaos in the games sort of plays to our strength. And so any map or any time where we can make it like a chaotic game, I think that we end up doing pretty well.
All right, well, Kai, do you have any questions?
The only question I have is actually from map 1. When you landed that blizzard on that 3rd Immortal, what were your comms like? Did you guys go nuts in the comms? what was the call like? I want to know what that was.
I think it was we were trying to save one of our guys. I think they were really low health, and so we were kind of freaking out about that. But then I hit that stun, and then the Immortal stun followed up, and they all of a sudden were like super low health, and so we were just kind of like just making like turn. We can turn this, take it, go, and it ended up working out for us.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I don't know, like, but from our perspective, at least as the casters, it seems like you guys had control over that game as well. Like, there was a bit of a back and forth, but you guys had the 1st Immortal, the 2nd Immortal, and then the 3rd Immortal to close that game out. So, yeah, it was, like, really good discipline on both maps. Like, before Hanamura started out, we were discussing how working the Genji or the Samurai and the camps is more effective over the objective itself, and you guys played that to perfection. It was really great to look at.
Shh! Don't tell people that.
It's already been discussed. It's out there in the universe.
It's out there, bro. You can't stop it.
Can't stop it now.
The samurai's the real objective, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Well, it was. Thanks for picking up the late cast. It was a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fun one to watch. And before we let you go, are there any shout outs you'd like to make?
Yeah. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Jungle Jim for coming in on short notice. He's our 6th member of the team. Shout out to Megu, who's our normal solo laner who is working right now. Haha, sucker. And shout out to all my homies at the Fresh Vibes Cantina.
Nice. Awesome.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for coming in for the interview. Congrats on the win, and I hope you guys have a good night.
Awesome. Thanks, man. You guys too.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Alrighty, well, I would say that's going to do it for us tonight, but we've got another game coming up here in about an hour. We've got Can't Connect Stuns going up against...
Lightly Salted.
Yes, Lightly Salted. So, team...
That's going to be an interesting one, too.
Yeah, a team we're very familiar with. We played them on Wednesday night, so should be an interesting one to watch. This is going to be a big moment, I think, for Lightly Salted, especially... coming up with this next match to see if they can get some points off of a team that most people in our division are describing as the strongest team in the division right now in Can't Connect Stuns.
Yeah, one of the strongest teams in our division, Can't Connect Stuns. Maybe they can look to take a game or maybe upset them. Like, it would be interesting to watch as well.
Yeah, I'll have my other teammate, Silent Shoe, tagging in for that one. So feel free to come back in an hour, guys, and watch that. But until then, Kai, thank you very much for coming out tonight. Do you have any shout-outs you'd like to make, or where can people find you?
Yeah, definitely people can find me at twitch.tv/Bankei. That's BANKEEI. Although I go by Bankai, but I just didn't get it in Twitch. So yeah, always streaming, always looking for people to play with, to come on, stop by, say hi, hello. And I'm always looking to make new friends.
Alrighty, well, we will see you guys back here in about an hour. Thank you very much for coming out and watching this cast. Thank you to the teams for putting on a great show for us. And see you guys back here in a little bit. For the Nexus Gaming Series, I am Jason. He's Bankai. And we'll be back after a little break here.